Wisconsin and 23 other states are suing President Trump over billions of dollars in frozen education funding. The lawsuit alleges withholding the money violates the Constitution and several federal laws. Many low-income families will lose access to after-school programs if the money isn't released soon. That's at least according to the lawsuit. In some states, school restarts in late July and early August.
This is Congress's power, not the president's power. He has hijacked, usurped, taken away, just totally unlawfully stepped in where he does not have the authority to take power away from Congress. Congress said more than 60 years ago we shall spend this money. And it has reauthorized and amended the act so many times since.
Now, states were supposed to get nearly $7 billion in funding nearly 2 weeks ago.